Good morning everyone, my name is Chris and this is a video about my Traxxas C8 Corvette Stingray 4-Tec 3.0, and this is my build on the car that I've done up to so far. So as you can see on the outside, this looks like a stock C8 Corvette, but it's had a few upgrades done to it, so I'd like to go through those with you today. The first hint at an upgrade is probably the remote itself. So you can see this is Traxxas's 4-channel transmitter. Much better transmitter than what comes with the actual car itself, and I'll get into more detail about that. But the other hint that this isn't a stock C8 Corvette is that right there. You can see that's a 5,000 milliamp hour 3S LiPo battery, and most people that know this car know that this car does not take 3S until now. So you can see this is how the stuff looks, and yeah, so here's the battery that I run with it. Very good battery, expensive obviously being Traxxas, but does the job. Only 25C or 50C burst, yeah, 25C sustained, but a 50C burst. So yeah, so powerful enough for what this car demands. I'm going to go ahead and take off the body using that clipless system that Traxxas has designed. So let me just put the camera here, and you just reach around the back here. There's one back clip that you pop off, and there's one at the front splitter. Both just make it easily pop off. I'm going to put mine very gently like this, because the first sign that this is not stock, you can see I've gone ahead and I've got the light kit for this car. So this is some LEDs that attach to the actual headlights, and there's LEDs that run to the taillights. You can add more taillight LEDs, which I plan on doing. You can see that it only comes with 2 bulbs, and there's multiple holders where you can put LEDs, so you can put more LEDs. So that's probably going to be a future light kit upgrade video, but I just have it run to the front here. See, I followed the stock Traxxas wiring, and then you can disconnect it here if you want to really get in, and I'm going to go ahead and actually do that, because let's just show off what's underneath in direct sunlight. So you can see it's very easy. Just quickly disconnect that, and then your Traxxas body with your LEDs is disconnected. So that's out of the way. You can see here, this is the internals of the 4-Tec 3.0, and this is the setup I'm running. My setup's a little unique because I was able to purchase a used Velineon motor that was in very good condition, but this is their 2-pole Velineon motor. So it's not the 4-pole new one, which is a little more efficient, more torque to it because it has the 4 poles. So the newer one is a little better, but genuinely this for what I'm trying to do with this car should be more than enough. Just come around to this side. You can see this is the heatsink for the newer Velineon system. I was able to use a vise to make it fit around this motor. It doesn't fit properly, if I'm being honest, but when you stretch it out, you can see it's a perfect fit. It's just the motor's a little bit bigger than the new 4-pole one, but got that to fit. Here is the fan for that heat sink. That's to keep my motor temperatures down, because as soon as I upgraded to the VXL 3S ESC in the motor, the first run I did, even after a few minutes, it was getting quite warm, even though I don't have very crazy gearing in this car. So it's probably just because of the all-wheel drive and the starting and stopping. So the starting point was getting the upgraded power system in this car. That's all Traxxas name brand. Then I have a Traxxas name brand cooling system, so this is a fully air-cooled vehicle. The next thing I did is I wanted to make sure I didn't lose this car. So I got the upgraded controller because I was interested in the Traxxas link. You can see also that I went ahead and got the Bluetooth module, which I'll get into in a little bit. But got the Traxxas link, got a brand new, that was basically brand new, and this receiver in here is the TQI receiver. This has that traction control, gives you Traxxas link and all that good stuff ability. So that's really good. That's in there. I went ahead and got the 2075R Metal Gear high-speed servo, the Traxxas one. So has a better Metal Gear servo in there for steering. Other than that though, everything else in this car is pretty much bone stock. Stock drivetrain, stock suspension components, stock chassis. Another thing I decided against is this is for the stock wires, and the motor wires are meant to run against here. I think that's a bad design, having the motor wires up against here. So I've braided the motor wires and then I just electrical taped them, so it kind of looks a little nice, and I think it does look nice as is like that. It's not touching the body at all. It doesn't interfere with the cooling because the cooling is just blowing down. So I did that, and then there was the whole temperature sensor system, so I might have to make a separate video about that. But I got the power tap, I got like the voltage and temperature sensor along, so you can see there's like it's with the official Traxxas mount. It's right on my motor, so this lets me get voltage readings directly from the battery, and then I can get motor temperature from here. The only telemetry that this is really missing is the GPS module that Traxxas offers. Aside from that, it has everything else that it can. The other, what's it called? Yeah, like this has everything otherwise that it can. That module is, yeah, the last thing it needs, because it can actually get an RPM sensor on this car. So yeah, it's just that's the one limitation, is no RPM sensor. And yeah, so there's more upgrades planned for this, but I figured I might as well show you what it's like for me to turn this thing on. But yeah, I'll go through a full build list of everything I have on my phone pretty much. But yeah, this is not a cheap setup for this car. So you can see this 5,000 milliamp hour battery is pushing it with what you can fit in here, but it does fit nonetheless. I do really like this Traxxas battery system. I had the thing backwards, of course, as I'm saying this, but when you do have it the right way, you just slide this thing in just like that, and I'm doing this one-handed, so it shows you how simple this should be. But just slide it in, that's clipped in, and you can see battery is nicely held down. The 5,000 milliamp hour fits nicely in the 3.0. You could take out this foam if you wanted more space. I'm just gonna leave the foam, to be honest. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's turn our transmitter on to green, and I might as well show you on the phone. I'm hoping my camera battery doesn't die, but you're gonna go into the Traxxas link app here, go into your dashboard, and you can see the transmitter in that top left corner is already set on. Yeah, okay, this is not a great angle because of the glare. You can see it's turned on pretty much. If I turn off the transmitter, disconnects. Turn on the transmitter, it shows you that the transmitter is connected. It shows you the battery life. That shows you the Bluetooth connection. You do have to have Bluetooth turned on your phone for this connection to work. You can see nothing's reading right now. So let's go ahead and turn on the vehicle. So it's very nice with the power tap actually to plug it in. So you can see that nicely plugs in there. So that's everything all wired up. 3S battery fit nicely in there. And then let's go ahead and also get our lights set up. So very gently on the side, just be very delicate, treat it like it's a newborn baby, since my child. And just very delicately, we're gonna go like this. And I shouldn't be doing that yet because it's easier to turn it on when the body's off. So you're just gonna go ahead for this car. You just have to tap the ESC. So sometimes this motor fan makes a noise, and there's nothing wrong. It's a brand new fan. I have no clue why it makes a noise. Sometimes it does it. Let's see if it does it. There we go. There's the noise. So we're just gonna shut it off. Told you. No clue what that noise is. If someone wants to let me know what that is, watch. It's gonna go away though. See? No fan noise. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut to this part because this is how it should be. You can hear the fans blowing fine, both of them. No clue what that is. I'll have to figure out why it's making that noise, but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead now, show you here. So there's your battery reading. You can see you got a nice charge to it. And then here's the motor temperature, and this is in degrees Celsius. So you can see that so far 20 degrees is the motor temperature. So it's a nice cool. Please ignore the angle sensors. I gotta figure out how to calibrate that on this car. The splitter just makes it difficult to calibrate it, but I've been having difficulties contacting Traxxas on how to calibrate the inclinometer for the TSM. I know the process of how to do it, it's just actually doing the process I'm having difficulty. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and there's not a lot of helpful videos on it. Let's just put on the body. Just a nice close up of that wheel. And there we go. You can see there's those menacing headlights of the Corvette there. So that looks pretty mean. And also the tail lights. So yeah, I think it's a very, very nice looking car. I have my endpoint set nicely, so mechanically it's not stressing anything. I think it's like 76% steering on this car. But yeah, it's all adjustable in the TSM app. And yeah, I don't really want to drive it around just because you can see it's literally in freaking perfect shape. But yeah, this thing's a beast. I will show you what it's like revving it, I guess. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. She's a ripper. So the gearing I have in it, it's not very high top speed. My goal with this car is to get it to hit 60 miles per hour. The box says it goes 30 miles per hour plus. I'd like to double what the box says, and I'd like it to also, I don't want it to be just a speed run car. I want it to have nice acceleration, and I'd like this to be an endurance car. So I want you to be able to take corners with it. I want you to be able to get on it, hit the brakes, and get back on it. Have it not overheat, but also have that nice top speed of 60 miles per hour. So that's the goal with the car. And also I'd like to keep the stock tires of this car. So don't tell me to change the tires. They look too good. I know they're crap tires, but it is what it is. Or I'm at least keeping the wheels, and I'll change out the tires eventually. But I'd like, the goal would be to have it hit 60 miles per hour on stock wheels and tires. That's the goal. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. This is my Traxxas C8 Corvette 4-Tec 3.0. My name's Chris, and I hope you like this build, and thank you for watching.